Look. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look, Papa don't preach, teachers don't teach. Gon' reach, that's facts. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm making that cash stack. Bunch of O's like NASCAR, but it's really more like NASDAQ. Why they thinking that they hot when they really more like quarter on me like a referee? Hating what they'll never be. Small top with a big bottom, yeah, shorter shape like a letter D. Let her have it, then I let her be. If you love it, gotta let it grow. Crazy cause you really never know. When I'm hurting, never let it show. I'm a two-tone, two-phone, two-chain, new thing, lane whip, but you a broke. Low class, no cash, certified lame. I've been getting to it like I ought to. Couldn't pick, so I bought two. Understand why your chick came, I'm just trying to figure why she brought you. I'm really reppin' and I'm flexed up, and I ain't gotta tell them I'm next up. Sleep on the they rest up, but I'm up and I'm getting my checks up. Me and the fellas be high as propellers, ain't could tell us we great. Looking at like how do you figure unless you been talk about eight figures. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be.
This is a deep question. First of all, I'm gonna say I think people's feelings they're always gonna find a way to justify. Like everybody has their own perception of what. I think everybody has their own perception of what is justifiable for them. Because if they explain it to you, they're gonna explain it in a way that they are justified. In terms of this question, I really think it's
hold on, hey, dog. That's more coming out the gate, dog. I'm gonna have to get. I gotta put polo on.
I could fall in. Look at my last bet. Ain't got a tiptoe. I'm all in. Think on the level that can't fail. And I roll me a J with the hate mail. Been doing good on the merch sale. All this bread on me look like a bake sale. Tell her what's really good. I'll be really good on a jaw jack. Send an email about the bread. I'ma hit you back with the call back.
When you're
cool for the rules, baby, get off of me.
When you are at a
never need no push, I do it all for
and
me.
You're happy.
Keep a couple real hitters, got them on.
Happiness is not pleasure. I need us to understand this. Happiness is the complete satisfaction with yourself. You are satisfied with who you are.
You know what I'm saying? Like people put the material things in front. You know what I'm saying? To make that contractual.
Yep.
And then after that, you're permitted to have my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll be soft and kind and compassionate after you make $100,000 a year, and after you are 6'4", and after you are athletic.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Wait, Joe, you mean to tell me that in order for me to create some benevolence in my relationship, as far as kindness and politeness and submission and willingness to just be kind to me, it's going to cost me a whopping $100,000 a year?
Whopping. A grand total, right?
A grand total.
Yeah.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the mail room. It's my job to quick. My man Rollo in the building. In the building. What up, Joe? What up, Joe? Wow.
What up, dog?
What's good, my man? What's good with you?
What's going on, bro? Hey, I like the hat, man. I like the fit today, brother.
Are you feeling a little, you know?
I like the fit, man.
I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a D-boy, dog.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you be looking real Detroit-ish today, bro.
I'm looking real Detroit.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Detroit-esque right now in the building, dog. Trying to get my Detroit on, man. You know, so I miss home.
Let's get it.
This guy here, man. You want to come in talking Smidak, bro.
He's gonna come in talking
tonight.
You want to talk?
Night. Everything else is indie down, Colts Nation. But now this cat will be Detroit tonight.
Oh my God!
All good though.
Oh my God!
Whatever, dog. Well, let's go to the chat real quick, dog.
Where is he? Where is he?
Man, he out there being he on some foolishness, dog. He on that foolishness, bro. He on that foolishness, dog. Chill in the building, saying what up, though, fam. Hit the like button on your way in. And she wants you to enjoy the show as well. We got another mod of all mods, Sean Tillman in the business, saying what up, though. Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
Another mod of all mods, Miss Smiley.
What's up, Miss Smiley?
Love Miss Smiley, man. Always supporting as well. Hey, super excited, man. Super excited.
Yeah,
Yo, man. Everybody good though? Everybody having a good day so far, dog? Everybody cool?
Yeah, man. It's been a real good weekend, man. And
that's what's up.
Get to cap it off with my brother, so I'm good, bro.
Let's do it. So, man, we about to go ahead and get into the show. We're not going to belabor your patience any longer. But we're going to go ahead and start off with the funny, man. Let's get it popping. Let's go. It's the first segment of the show that we like to kick off with a little bit of funny, get everybody relaxed, get everybody just to calm down a little bit. We're going to talk about some things, but get everybody to just breathe for a minute, man. And I found this clip, man. I thought it was super funny, man. This is a clip of a guy doing a Denzel Washington impression of him going to the doctor. Now, they got something wrong with him. Let's check it out real quick, though.
Washington just got an STD from a one-night stand.
Hey, doc, these are the results, huh?
Those are the results.
Yeah, you want me to read from top to bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cholesterol, good. Testosterone, good. Syphilis, not so good. Whoa. Uh-huh. So that's what you're telling me? I got syphilis, huh? Not so good, huh? Is this on a grading scale, a sliding scale? What is this? Do I either have it or I don't have it? Are you telling me that I indeed have syphilis? Chlamydia, also not so good. Oh! So I got a double whammy. I got a twofer. A 2 for 1, huh? Is that what these blisters are about? All right. I'm calling the pharmacy for all these issues. You think? Let me call this bitch. Hold on. Hey, side bitch. You think you could do this to me?
Oh man.
Man, it's so many people. It's a lot of comedians out here that do these Denzel Washington impressions, and like I think that you gotta come with it. If you're gonna do a Denzel Washington impression, you gotta.
Oh, he the best.
You gotta go
That
with
dude
it.
is there.
Every comedian that I've seen do it, bro, they nail it.
They kill it, man. Him and King Batch, man. They are just spot on with it.
Yeah, and it's another
man.
dude. I keep forgetting my man's name. Oh, I can't remember his name. If I think of it, I'll bring it up. But he been going viral recently for some of his impressions on some of these podcasts. So that was a good one, bro. And then Zell, that's my guy.
For sure.
That was dope. Hey man, y'all, thank y'all so much again for being here on the live, man. Shout out to everybody that's viewing the Mailroom Show, episode 11. Yeah, man. Everybody that's viewing this live right now, again, shout out to our moderators, man. Our moderators hold us down. And again, man, so blessed to be here, my brothers, man. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, man. We have come together once again for conversation and camaraderie to discuss topics that are so relevant to men and women in society today. As again, it's a blessing to be here with my brethren. And we're gonna rock. Y'all know how we do, man. With that being said, as we
embark.
That's what I'm talking about, Jay. On another round. On another round table that has turned into Mailroom Show. Let us never never ever forget the foundation. He turned the camera. Let us never forget the foundation that is our Trinity. Solid.
Salute, bro.
Yeah, well, all right, man.
All right, we gotta. As y'all can see, man, we just all it's that type of energy today, and it's really gonna be that type of show, man. We got a really good show for y'all, man. We're gonna really enjoy the day. It's gonna be informative, but we're gonna have some fun today, man. Fellas, man, let's get into it. Busy, man. Let's get into Cap and Keep, bro.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is probably I can't speak for my brother, but this is my favorite segment of our show, man. Cap and Keep. To those that are new, this is the show where we give statements, questions, or scenarios, and we ask you if you want to cap. If the scenario or question is cap, meaning you don't believe it, you don't rock with it, or keep, meaning you know what, I rock with that. It's all good. So, Cap and Keep. First one. I can date a woman who posts pictures of her body every day on social media. And we got a little video we want y'all to check out real quick. Let's run it.
I date a chick that don't understand why she posts a picture every day of her body. Because you can't tell me why you post. What's the purpose of it?
Yes.
So I understand up front that if you can't tell me why you post a cute picture of yourself, even 5 days out the week, if you can't explain it to me, then I can't date you. The reason I say that is because there's some people that use social media as a tool. And if you sell a clothing line, if you sell bikinis,
yes,
do your thing, boy.
Right.
Be great.
Right.
Make your coin. You have purpose.
Yes.
But if you have to post every day a picture of your figure, and so let's define it. You could be beautiful and not have to take a picture with your ass facing the lens first. So if you do that, and or if you don't got a fat ass, every time you take a selfie, I could see your crease, your vajayjay crease.
Yes.
If you can't answer me why, and you don't sell swimming suits and or women's clothing, then you're disqualified. I can't.
What's up, fellas? Cap or Keep, man? Can you date? Keyword date a woman who posts pictures every day on social media?
First of all, man, the ladies, man, they just I love when women be like hyping up like just basic like knowledge, and then they just react to it like it's the deepest thing they ever heard. It's just so cute.
That's wild.
Oh, I like as soon as they heard the word disqualified, they're like, ah, he did, girl. That man is a philosophist.
That's wild. Cap and keep, fellas.
I'm a keep. I can't. It's just for the fact of it ain't even got nothing to do. I mean, I'm not hating on the chicks that are doing it, whatever they, it's people do things for all different types of reasons nowadays. It's 2025. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that I don't tend to run the social media like that anyway. So if I'm with somebody and they're doing that all the time every day, and they're making it a priority to make sure that they're being seen, and they're being seen in a scantily clad type of way, no.
Yeah.
Because that means there is no respect level that you have for yourself, along with who you're with. Now, my man was talking about how certain people use social media as a tool, which is cool. I understand what he was saying about that. To me, it makes more sense if that were the case. But even in that, though, there are still other ways you can use it as a tool without using yourself as the tool. Like, even though if you're selling bikinis or whatever the case may be, if you're really not a professional model like that for real, then why don't you get a professional model instead of using yourself again, we're talking about dating, and we're talking about, we looking at that, and if you have to lean into that like that, and it's every day, and then you still got other ways you can still make your coin, like he talked about, without using yourself all the time. However, if you're just doing this every day because you have some insecurities and you need to feel validated by people who you don't even know you, and you don't even know, seems like a little bit more of a deeper issue than just the fact that you're just going to social media. So I'm a keep. Cap. I can date. No, I can't. So that's cap. I gotta say cap. My bad.
No, you good. We got you.
I thought I said I can't. I said I can. So yeah, it's cap.
What you feel, Jay?
Yeah, I totally echo. I'll tell you, man. That's definitely. I don't even like the attention span on them type of people. It's already, you know what I'm saying? It's already in the tank. Like, you know what I'm saying? People that like to post themselves all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of people that keep, type of women they keep, men. I mean, I guess men that do it too. But there's those type of women that keep their chin in their chest. And I mean, you just be on your phone all the time. Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just about the interaction between me and you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you that way, it's like, yeah, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you got the angle wrong, bro. The angle's up. It's always the over the top angle. Yeah, the angle's up. It's always the over the top angle. Yeah.
Over the top angle.
Because the guy got to be taller. So it's the over the top one. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole time you doing this about a good minimum 4 to 5 times a day. You doing this, you know what I'm saying, on every time we meet, we dining out, we're hanging out. You got your phone in the air, like you searching for a signal.
Dude, that's like you searching for a signal. Roaming out here.
You know what I'm saying, dog? That's just the attention span on the type of people. I just can't. I can't deal. So I had to cap that. No, there's no way. I don't even. And plus, it's totally contrary to me. I'm pretty much a private. Anybody that know me, I'm pretty private. I don't really speak on anything I've got going on, unless you're in my internal circle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, friends, long lasting friends, close friends, family. Like, they know how I move. You know what I'm saying? But even like layers of that, like those people, like exterior family or associates, the people I don't see that often don't even know me. So I'm private. I don't. You know what I mean? So I myself don't post on social media like that. So to have somebody on the contrary, that'll make my eye twitch, bro. Cap.
Yeah, those some good points. Those some good points by both of y'all. I definitely cap. For me, you know, and again, before I said the key word is date. So if we're dating and you know we're getting to know each other and we're trying to you know build that camaraderie to take it further, I'm going to focus on still getting to know you. I'm going to take in consideration that you do this, but I think it could be a problem you know, it could definitely become a problem in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm I'm a cap it definitely based on that as well. Cause if we end up getting together and say we have some issues, we have some problems and things like that, and we're trying to work things out, and you know, things are a little rocky in a relationship, but in the midst of us trying to get things figured out, you do take the time every day to post something, to post your body on social media. You know, so and then at that moment it could be like, this is making me feel better. I need some type of feeling to make me feel better. Like that's gonna be a problem. We're going through something right now, but you're gonna take that moment to go ahead and you know take that little bathroom selfie or whatever you're doing and post it in the midst of us going through these problems, man. So I'll look at it like that too. So that's definitely cap for me. Like it's, you know, it's not an issue until it is, and that this is a big one that could really mess with me personally.
Yeah.
You all here trying to get validation from other people, and we're going through these situations, and we're trying to make our relationship work, but you got the time to go ahead and post that body pic by the pool and shit. And it's so you know, I'm definitely looking down the line on this one. Yeah,
that was pretty accurate.
That was pretty.
That's where a lot of
taking a picture by the pool inside the apartment complex, over there by the gate where they got the lawn chairs at. Like, dang, that happened before.
So, all right, I'm looking at it that happened
before.
I feel that though.
I'm looking at it from that aspect as well, because if it's not a problem now, it could become a problem later. Because we talked about boundaries a lot on this show, and I'm never one to. I'm not going to stop you from doing the things you like to do. We adults. I have no control over what you do. But if I express that and something bothers me, which that would bother me, because you're, like I said, you're seeking validation and attention from other people in the midst of other things. Yeah, that's something I would have to definitely address. So there's definitely cap for me, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely cap for me, man. Chat, let us know. We just put a question in. We just put a question in the chat. You know, what are our viewers, man? We want to know your thoughts from the ladies. Could you date a man that does this as well? Because it's not just y'all. It's men out here that do the same thing. So yeah, it's great. That's great. What Sean say? Sean Tillman said, "No, I don't believe men do this as much as women."
Yeah,
yeah.
That's why she's saying no. She's like, I don't believe since she don't see that men do it as much as women, she probably couldn't date a guy like that because of the fact that when men don't normally do this for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I doing that is really
I
odd.
don't see it like that. Yeah.
Susanna just said, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. Nah, not a guy. Can't do it. Molly like, nope. Everybody saying cap.
Everybody saying cap. We are all in agreement, man.
We're all in this.
Go, man. Shout out to the first Capper Keep, man. Yeah. Shout out to the first one. Shout out to the first one. All right, y'all. We about to get into another Capper Keep, man. This is about to be interesting. All right, Capper Keep. This is appropriate attire for church.
Anybody want to tell me just what in the blessed creatures is going on here? This is the age-old question. You know, is this type of attire, form-fitting attire, is it appropriate for church? Is it okay to go in the house of the Lord? You know, where with the you know, showing all your voluptuousness? Is it? I'm reserving my opinion. Matter of fact, I don't even have one. Y'all comment. Hey, say what you want to say. You know what I mean? I mean, hey, you know, some things may serve as a distraction. That's what a lot of people would say. It is what it is. Maybe so. I don't know. I really don't. I know how I came up. I grew up in the old school church where the ladies in the church, they didn't play that. Nobody, you wasn't about to come up in there any kind of way. You had to put on some decent clothes to come in the house of the Lord. You put on the best you had. You don't have to spend money on clothes you don't have, but you got to come with, there was a standard of decency when it came to the church. And when people started coming to the church, you know, kind of a little risque, I remember the older women in the church was talking about it. And there was old women that would get up and say something in the middle of church. Old school women, you know, the mothers, the ones with them big ass hats. Them ones that their family been giving money to the church all their life. They came there. Them the ones that can cuss the pastor out. Because the pastor don't know nothing. They're like, you here because we brought you here.
Wow.
Shula the King is crazy, dog.
So fellas, everybody in the chat, this is appropriate time for church.
Chill say definitely not. Miss Molly like, wow. I guess people take come as you is, literally.
Literally.
That's
man, right. Man, this is definitely cap. And I know all the women that Shula King is talking about, bro. Like those, you know, Big Mama. You know, you walk in the church, she know everybody. She get everybody a hug. She fellowship with everyone. And you know, you a kid, you know Big Mama, you walk by, you ain't never seen Big Mama mad until she sees stuff like this. And she give you that side eye, she might flip that head up real quick and then put it back down to make sure that she's still within the spirit. It's a problem. It's a problem. So this is cat beyond measure, bro. Like you can't wear that. You can't wear that, baby girl. You can't wear that in church. That's not.
I done grew up in church from the Pentecostal church. I done visited the missionary Baptist churches. I done been a part of the African Methodist Episcopal. I done visited there before, and I done ran into some Church of God in Christ.
Why you start talking like that?
I have delved into the Church of our Lord Jesus Christ.
With Martin on us, Luther.
Martin Luther the King, man. I understand the Presbyterian Baptist churches and things of that nature. And growing up in church, he was right. Mother Doss would cuss you out in her spirit. In her spirit. Okay. Yeah. She'd tilt that hat to the side and say, come here. What possessed you to wear that to church? You know that ain't right.
Yeah.
You know that ain't right. Okay. See, they used to say something back then, and it was straight up too. Like they was, hey, you wrong. And you felt like you was wrong too. By the time you got finished talking to Mother Doss, Sister Walker, Mother Bernice, all them, they make you feel convicted at the end, and you make you want to go home and change your clothes. But yeah, this definitely. I think a lot of people try to use to give a true perspective on this. A lot of people try to use like I don't know. I don't go to church every week, right. So that's
right. I heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
Nah, this is the thing too. It's so funny about that, dog, because church is packed on Easter and Christmas.
Right.
Churches are packed on Easter and Christmas. So when it's a Christmas Sunday, when it's an Easter Sunday, you best believe church gonna be full of people you ain't seen before. Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, they know like what Sunday's best is, even if you didn't go to church all the time. even if you went to a place that, even if you didn't go to church, you know what I'm saying? You had some people in your family that went to church. You had some people probably in your family that understood certain things, because again, you can't go to court like that. You know what I'm saying? You go to court like you can't go to court like that. You see what I'm saying? So you know, it would behoove us to ensure that we have the proper mindset when we come into the house of God. Amen. And so we got to be mindful of what it is that we do. Amen. And so amen, the doors of the church are open. No. Especially for that sister right there in the front row. Natasha, I'm so glad you came into I was thinking about you in my sleep last night. Come on up here. Let me pray for you. Let me lay hands on you, because I see a dark cloud around you, Sister Loquisha, and I see somebody trying to do something to you. Me. But I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you, because you one of God's precious saints. Amen.
Amen.
Pass me not, oh gentle Savior. Hey man, that's how they be.
I thought you was gonna do it. I thought you was gonna do it.
Good rendition.
I thought you was gonna do it, Busy.
Dude.
I thought you was about to do it. I was ready.
Man.
I was ready.
Jay got to say his piece, man. I'm a chill. But I'm telling you, man, that's how church is, man. Church, hey, man, you got to be careful, even in church, ladies. I'm telling you, because it's worse. You think the streets is something. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Some savages in
you
the
would
church.
be surprised. You would be surprised. But yeah, this cat ball.
Savages in the church, man.
Reverence. Tay. This smiley silly, dog.
What you think, Jay?
Hey. Well, I didn't grow up in church, man. Fortunately, I didn't. So I can't speak on that way. But I do know that, you know, that we live in an age that they're just trying to throw out morality, bro, and boundaries and standards, and we always talk about that.
Right.
There's nothing set in the scope of normal anymore. So, you know, whatever, everybody just do what they want to do, and they call it, everybody got their own normal, and they just roll with it. That's basically how it is. So, you know, all the quote-unquote standards as it was before got to be bent, exercised, and bent backwards a little bit to please everybody's feelings. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point that, you know, in this aspect, people have that they have an excuse like, well, this form, I mean, you know, I can't hide this form. I can't hide the form. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So it's just, I definitely call it cap, because I've heard the saying, even though I wasn't raised in church, I heard the saying, you know what I'm saying? People gonna do their thing. But some stuff you don't do at work, some stuff you don't do at church. That's what they told me in the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was the staple I was brought up on. And so seeing that, it's like, yeah, because it causes distraction in any type of professional or business atmosphere. It's gonna cause you know what I mean? Man. Unless you trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Unless you trying to be that.
Yeah.
It don't cause a distraction unless you want to be the distraction. That's why I see cap even further, man. Some of the women that be having all these excuses or wearing that type of stuff, they want to be the distraction.
Yeah.
You know what you doing. You know you trying to get, you know what I'm saying, somebody's attention on the board.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's diabolical too. So it's like, yeah, that's cat, man. You know,
and that makes it.
I can't do the last one. I can't do this one.
That makes it
right.
That makes it even worse, man. Like that makes it even worse. Seeking attention in places where attention should not be sought in that aspect. You know what I mean? It's just a morality thing. It's a maturity thing. Like, you know, this is not the place to get whatever you need for your emotional satisfactory or mental satisfactory, that the attention you need to seek to satisfy whatever need you know, you're in church to get your spiritual needs fulfilled, not your physical. So it's like it's and that was a really good point, Jay, because people really do seek, and in that instance, like, she probably, if they're thinking in that realm, they're like, you know what, this is a place where nobody's expecting this, so I know I'm gonna get all this. I know I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna do this. This is a place that nobody expects me to act this way or dress like this. I know it's gonna be all about me, and that's bad. And I do believe that people do that. I'm not just women, people, all in general.
Remember, the first preference of the guy is God-fearing.
Yep.
I'm gonna stop.
Oh boy! Oh man! Oh no!
That is on top.
Lord.
That's the top 3. It's always that one in the top 3, right?
Lord.
He got to be God-fearing. He got
crazy.
Yeah. And then you come through. Yeah, you come through tripping.
You come through tripping, but we gotta be God-fearing and everything like that. Emotionally stable, mentally. You're not mentally stable if you wear summer clothes to work. and by summer clothes, I mean summer clothes where you dress more like you at the rooftop than than in the Minox office or something. You know what I'm saying? That's how you dress.
Sister Simmons.
That's how you dress.
Simmons out here click-clacking through the pews, man.
Right.
Going crazy. Shout out to Kappa Keith, man. Yeah. And shout out to the chat for their participation in the Kappa Keith segment, man. That was dope, man. Shout out to my
show.
Hey, Busy, man. Hey, we got a situation, bro. We have a situation, ladies and gentlemen. Busy, man. Let us know what's up today, bro.
All right. I brought a situation. It's in the thumbnail. Young lady set up to talk to this gentleman, and he was set to go out on a date. And it was just supposed to be her coming to the date, but she brought somebody with her. Deep down on the inside. Here's the situation. Let's go.
That segue is priceless.
That was
that
awesome.
Segue.
That was
priceless, dog.
That was amazing.
That was
amazing.
Man. Shout out to them. Y'all didn't get that. Y'all didn't get that one. Y'all missed that. That was priceless.
If that was over here, we can't do nothing for you. So.
Hey, they about to. Check out this situation, y'all. Let's go.
Hosted her. Hits 96.1 with Miguel and Holly. Where have you been?
Look, Olivia, she seems great. She's super fun to talk to. The energy was great. But there was something I just wasn't prepared for.
Okay.
So we've been talking for a few weeks, right? And lots of great conversations and, everything just seemed honestly great. So then we finally met in person for dinner, and she walks in very pregnant, like 3rd trimester, could be giving birth at any moment type of pregnant. Okay. And she never mentioned that to me, not even once. And the whole time we were talking, and I was completely blindsided by the entire thing.
Wait. That is your reason? You were focusing just on that one thing.
Yes, Olivia. You showed up with a whole freaking baby in progress and acted like it was just, some sort of minor detail.
Well, that's because it is, Kenneth. I mean, yes, I'm pregnant, but that's just like one part of my life. I wanted you to get to know me and not just focus on the pregnancy, which, you know.
Okay.
Olivia, how could I not focus on it? It's literally right there.
Okay. So
Help.
So hold on a minute. It is okay. Why didn't you? Is there a big reason that you didn't mention it earlier, Olivia? Because it is a little bit of a big deal.
Well, I didn't want to scare him off. Guys hear pregnant and they just assume that it means that I'm looking for a fill-in dad or something, and that is not the case here. I just wanted to date like a normal person.
Okay, Olivia, baby girl, I love you, and I'm so happy that you trusted us with this. But I think you need to just focus on building this baby and giving birth before you try to add another person into your world, because that's a lot to ask of someone, even though you're not saying, hey, can you be my baby daddy?
And we get that.
I understand that. But that obviously, you know, because you're going to be unavailable for after you give birth for a month or so.
Well, also, I mean, Kenneth, you could have probably said this to her. I mean, that's a pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess I could have handled it better, sure. And I'm sorry for just disappearing, but I know I'm not ready to date someone who's about to have a baby. Okay, that's just way more than I can handle right now.
Well, you know what? That's fine, Kenneth. But you know what? Next time, maybe say that instead of running away like some scared little boy.
No. You tell him that you are pregnant before you meet this man, instead of making what's supposed to be a cordial date turned into a horror film. That's scary. I'm gone. It's no explanation. As you know, you have to know that. I don't understand the logic behind what she was trying to justify in that interview. Like it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. You know, and I don't think any man would want to handle that. I don't think any man could deal with that. You're going on this blind date in the hopes of building a connection, and she done already been connected for a while now. Apparently, you know what I mean. And it's like, you're going to give birth. I'm not going to see you for like another month and a half, because you got to tend to your newborn child. Where is the accountability for you putting your needs ahead of a person that's excited to meet you, excited to get to know you, and you show up like that? You know, there's no explanation for that. You know what I mean? There's no explanation for that. I can't name one single man who's out here trying to find somebody who will be willing and just able to handle that. That is a diabolical situation.
You know what's scary? What's really scary in this whole thing is that they found a way, including the woman that was pregnant. They all found a way to make it his fault.
Thank you. That was wild.
They all conjured up and went through the annals of craziness. They walked through that portal of crazy. And on the portal of crazy is a wall, and the wall have different intricates and things, and they pulled the vials that had the craziness inside of it and grabbed that vial and threw it at him and made him smell the acidic nature of the accusation, that he could have handled the situation better. He even said, you know what, I could have handled it. I probably could have handled it better. No, Kenneth, if you're out there listening, Kenny, my boy, they're trying to play you for a sucker. There is no, how do you fix? And notice it was the woman who was pregnant first. Like, that's your reason? Like that's not a significant reason. And you and the woman, see, this is again, the solidarity of women is broken. You see how the woman on the radio show started agreeing with the woman who was pregnant and saying he could have handled it better. This is what I was talking about the last time we had the show about the solidarity being broken. This is what I mean right here.
I heard
this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's broken because you only come together to cover each other's bull.
Yeah.
Instead of holding the accountability to the end. At first, she was like, the radio hostess was like, I mean, you could have like, I'm wondering why you didn't tell him before you met him, right? And then at the end, she switched up.
Accountability card over there.
She tried to slide it in there, but then she took it back. See, she slid it like it's like she had her hand on the card in spades, and you about to pass it to your partner. You like, but your hand is still there, so it's still not a legal pass yet. So she snatched it back, okay, and was like, I mean, Kenneth, you could have just said this to her. No, she ain't supposed to be dating nobody. She just had a man impregnate her several months ago in an act of sexual desire and pleasure, and then you're dating. So what? So is this an oops baby or something? Because obviously this is not planned, because you wouldn't be out here looking. You're pregnant and looking. Not single and looking. You're pregnant and looking. You're not single. You is a y'all. Y'all is a you.
Yeah.
You and y'all is out here cheating. This is ridiculous. Y'all tripping, dog. And this is what I'm talking about. They found a way to make it seem like he could have did something.
Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do. He was talking to her. He was giving her attention. He was giving her great conversation. He said the conversations was dope. But when you showed up to the date, this is my first time about to meet you. You show up with a whole third trimester size baby in you, talking about this is the reason why you didn't want to. You ghosted me. Yeah. He has every right to handle that situation however he want to handle it. You showed up fugazi in the mug. Fugazi in the mug, okay? And then you got those two radio hosts flipping the script on him at the end. They slid the accountability, then they held on to it, and then they took it back. And they're like, yo, Kenneth, you could have did this, that, and the third. No, man. She shouldn't have woke up and got dressed that day to go on a date. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the part that's scary to me. Because even though this was presented in a very trivial way, all a woman have to do is point at you and say you did something and you in trouble.
That's it. Yep.
This lighthearted presentation of this situation has a serious back note to it. They found a way to make it his fault, bruh. Think about your situations you've been through, whether they be small or great. And you know for a fact, like, I had nothing to do. I didn't do anything inappropriate here. And somehow, some way, you become the corporate. You become the corporate. You become the one that have to take the brunt of the whole accountability of the situation, even though you know you're not wrong. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the solidarity that a lot of women have. That's a broken type of solidarity. We only support each other in groups when it's time to cover each other's craziness.
Yeah.
This is what the sisterhood is, whether it be white or black, Hispanic or Spanish or Creole or whatever. It doesn't matter. Cuban, Hispanic, it don't matter. This is how they roll. It's like an innate nature for them to be able to band together when it comes to the bull. As long as a man is in the center of the attention and the object, and he's the center of it, we can band together and get rid of him, girl, because you didn't do nothing. Cause the mistakes that you made, girl, it ain't your mistakes, it's them. They losing out on you. Yeah, me and this baby too. I'm not looking for a father to come in or a baby daddy to come in. Well, what you looking for? If you're pregnant and you're dating and you're looking for a man, what you looking for? Because the expectation is we are a package deal. Or we a package deal. So you mean to tell me if he was a sucker and he was supposed to clean to this chick after the fact and he didn't make it a big deal and y'all dating and you had the baby and then you're nurturing the baby for a long period of time and all this kind of stuff and 2 or 3 months later down the line y'all together, you're not expecting him to contribute anything to you and your baby, huh? You're not going to put that in as an expectation? Yeah, right. If you'll show up to a date without telling me you pregnant, you'll definitely take my money.
You'll definitely
lie to me about something. You'll definitely steal from me. You'll definitely create a narrative. You'll create a narrative against me to get whatever you want. Oh, you'll definitely do it. So don't come to me talking about that he shouldn't have dealt with the way he dealt with. He had every right to ghost this chick. Jay,
every right.
I'll leave it over to you, Jay.
Every right.
Every right, bro. And every left. That's why he left.
Rosie, how do you feel about it, Brody? It's wild, man.
Some good puns today, man.
It's wild, bro. Yeah, we with it. We with it.
For the last couple weeks, I've been, just dealing with life stuff and situations and, things that other people going on. You hear things that's going on in the world and you go in the family and even in your own life. And there's a statement that's been running in my head all day that has becoming more and more true to me as I go forth, I guess. I am getting old. I am. I'm getting old, man.
It hit you.
Because my body feels different. And some things I used to do I can't can't do like I used to. But I'm just getting old. And the main thing is why I'm saying that is because the things that I used to think, people don't think no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting old. That's how I know I'm getting old, man. Like, I have morals and standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, embedded on me from childhood, from family and parents. Like, I'm just stupid enough to continue in those. You know what I mean? Because I think they mean something. You know what I mean? And I think there's a merit to holding some type of standard to yourself. Therefore, people will see you in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll have a certain impact on a person. But the way the people are nowadays, they don't give a flying filth about themselves or anybody else. I mean, people are completely selfish, horrendously selfish, right? And people are, you know what I mean? Like, it is wild, dog. It's like, I know I'm getting old. Like, because I feel so ancient. Because when I first seen this video, man, I thought it was a prank. When I first seen it, I thought it was crazy enough to be a set. You know what I'm saying? Like, like an SNL set. It was crazy enough to be. But the sad part, and turning the leaf to all seriousness, the sad part is there are people that actually think like this. You know what I'm saying? There's people that actually think so far left from normalcy, or what we used to call, because I can't even say that no more. You can't even say that no more. You can't say something's normal anymore. You know what I'm saying? But for the generation that we are in, hopefully y'all understand what I mean by normal, right? So things are not normal anymore. Like, people don't have no set. That's just a normal standard. Like, I ain't never got hit on by a woman that had a kid that was 0 years old, bro. Never. It never happened to me. Like, so it's like that's completely normal, right? To me, like that's what that is. But there are people that's like, I do it. It is crazy to me. Like, it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's all over the place like that. And so to see this, and what Tay said was making it even more horrendous because she's still pointing the finger in complete, utter incorrect way that she's doing. She still had the notion to point a finger at somebody else doing something wrong.
That's crazy.
Like, that is wild to me.
Crazy work.
Like you're trying to bob and weave out of accountability so bad that you can't admit even when you dead wrong, like they said in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Dead wrong, like dead wrong. Like you have no reason to be doing this, dog. You like, well, but you did that. Like we're 12. I'm telling you, I'm starting to believe people capped out, like salary cap. Like some people, they be living to be 40, 50, but they be capping at like 17.
Yeah, bro.
Jay, you made a real great point, bro, about abnormality, bro. Like, what do you think is contributing to this abnormality, you know, and this thought process and the way you're viewing it and the way you're seeing that more, you know, the older you get, the more things you experience. Your thought process of what's normal is just completely dissolving. Like, what do you think is contributing to that the most?
I have a number one spearhead contributing factor of why that happened.
Yeah.
Society made you care about how people feel.
Real talk.
When that started becoming a narrative of movement and unction, that you had to care about how people feel, it started throwing out morals. It started throwing out laws. You know what I'm saying? When we started caring about how people feel about a thing, we had to omit everything that we used to do. Like, what if, you know, well, what if I, you know, what if I don't want to go, what if I want to go against the grain? And it was like, oh, damn. Then you made the people that want to be so all-inclusive. I ain't even trying to be political. I'm just talking theory, right? People that want to be all-inclusive, like everybody can do their thing. Those people that got attacked at the fact of, well, what if I want to go against the grain? Their answer was like, well, yeah, we got to include everything, right? So yeah, let's include that. And then the next statement, well, what about this? Oh, yeah, we can do that too. Yeah. You know, we can have neutrality in that too. Yeah. And then, okay, what about that person over there? He feel like this. Well, yeah, you're throwing out the boundaries and the standards to the point that you have to agree with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's right now. So what that causes is a chaotic state. Nothing is in order. There's no rules. If the whole town or the neighborhood trying to remove the stop sign and it's a crash there every week, you know what I'm saying? What the hell are you trying to get rid of the stop sign for? Because you feel like you need to go through there 60 miles an hour at 8 o'clock in the morning because you be late for work all the time because of traffic jam? Because you feel that way. Now, based on the fact you feel that way, we got quadruple the amount of crashes in that intersection. But they would debate not to put the stop sign back, though. That's how people are now. It's like, because somebody's feelings are going to get hurt. You know what I mean? But I came to the date pregnant. But you hurt my feelings when you walked off.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Like, are you serious?
Come on, man.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
This ain't even got nothing to do with feelings. It's just like, it ain't got nothing to do with feelings, man. This is just straight facts. This is just straight. Sense was once called common. That's all that is. For real, that got great. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's all I'm saying, man. That's the spearhead. My spearhead answer, Rob. That's what it is.
No,
that's dope. We start caring too much, dog.
That's dope.
Can I chime in real quick? Rollo, before you wrap it up? Dude, I 100,000% agree with you. on this. Man, what you said was so spot on. That is like the top of the food chain reason why we have what we have right now. Feelings have become, I don't know when this happened, but feelings have become facts for people, so much so to the point where you talked about even law abiding things now are based on feelings, dog.
Feelings.
And feelings never been facts, and it never will be. And once we understand that, then we'll be able to set the necessary boundaries and steps that we need and standards that we need, because we'll be living more by principles, morals, and values instead of rights and privileges. Rights and privileges is feelings. Principles, morals, and values is facts. If you stand on principle, despite how you feel, that's called discipline.
Right. Exactly.
But if you stand on feelings to go against this grain you're talking about, that's entitlement. You don't get nothing off entitlement. Only people that give stuff off of entitlement are people who feel guilty, who feel condemned to do so, who feel moved and pushed to do so. This is what feelings is. Dude, her feelings got hurt because he ghosted her, bruh. And it's his fault. This is the scariest thing ever, dude.
Feelings should not outweigh logic, bro. Feelings should never outweigh
logic or principles.
Yep.
It should never. You got to fight through this feeling for you to be an overcomer. But if I give you everything and with no reprimand, you're going to become a selfish person. You're going to become a person in society that feels like they are entitled to everything. And one of the things that we don't want to do is hurt somebody's feelings, especially a person who is in a position to receive lucrative value from that person. Two, if you notice, there are certain people who can do certain things, never get in trouble because they harvest a monetary value that nobody else does. Nobody else does, dog. And so if I can make money off you too. Oh, your feelings, of course, however you feel is fine. Because you're the cash cow. Even in that, that's another aspect, another viewpoint of what he's saying about feelings becoming the number one factor in how we move as a people. That's a scary place to be, man.
Yeah.
Very well said,
it don't change facts though.
No, nothing can change facts. Nothing can change facts. I think that's what people forget, man. Like your justifications for why you feel a certain way or why somebody did this to me or why somebody did this, you know what I mean? If the reasoning is based on a fact, but I don't see how people can just still disregard that based on what they think somebody should feel based off a situation. If how you feel or how you react to something is based off a fact, no matter how you act, you factually how you responded is correct, because the situation is you showed up pregnant to a date with a man that's been courting you through the phone in a sense. He's excited to meet you. You showed up pregnant. You gave this man no type of heads up.
No heads up, dog.
At all. So there's no situation that can escape that fact. Go ahead, Shay. What you raising your hair for? Oh, man.
I got to answer that question, Cheech. How they disannul factor because they don't know it.
Say it again.
You don't know fact. The way they disannul fact is that they don't know fact.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the problem with society. You don't know the facts. We believe what we hear. So we don't know the facts. So if I don't know the facts, I tend to ride on what I believe.
Yep.
Therefore, if somebody introduced me to the facts, I could debate them about how I feel rather than the fact itself. If I was never introduced with the fact, why should I care about it? If my parents didn't speak me morals, why I'm walking up moralless. So why are you trying to teach me morals when I'm already grown? That's how that works. That's how people disannul fact. You don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people didn't know math, so they created it a common way to do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you didn't know, like you don't know the facts.
Yeah, you don't.
So it's like if you don't know your history, what they say, you tend to repeat it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know your history, so it's like, you know, why should I care about history?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I feel that it should be like this, and I'm just gonna move forward like that. But then you got these people that's receiving that out of ears, and they're like, okay, that's fine. And it changed the whole civilization. Though. So it's like, you know, we got more people riding on feelings and less education than ever. That's why, dog.
That's crazy.
I believe it at that time. You gotta stop me, dog.
Crazy work. No. Hey, once again, man, yeah. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody viewing this live, man. If you got a question about today's show, 80 show, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get right to it, man. And you know, y'all keep this moving. That's dope, man. Yo, let's get in the mailroom react. Yeah, man. Time for mailroom reacts, man. For newcomers, man, this is our segment of the show where we react to, where we present viral videos, and we give a reaction from a mailroom's point of view, man. So what we got today, Busy?
We got a gentleman here saying that he don't care about a woman's promiscuous past because he has the ability to extract things out of her that she ain't never had a man do before.
All right, let's go.
The reason why I don't care about a woman's past, a woman can say she had 25, 35 sexual partners. I don't care about all that. They don't intimidate me because I always say the version of her that I'm going to get, no man has ever had. Because I know how to cultivate that woman. Oh, boy. I know how to provide something in your life that no man has ever been able to provide. True. I know how to extract and cultivate something out of you that no man has been able to cultivate out of you.
Chlamydia.
I'm so clipping that.
Yep. That good old fashioned chlamydia. Yep. You're gonna extract something, all right, young man.
You're gonna extract a lot. I know we already did the 7, but that is cap, bro. It is so much cap in all of that.
We still playing it. Yeah.
Still playing technically. That is so much cap in all of that, bro.
25, 35 partner. He don't care. He ain't intimidated by that. He ain't intimidated by none of that, man. He can pull out of her some stuff that no man has ever been able to do. Chlamydia.
Sound like the P. coli commercial. Chlamydia.
You can't pull nothing out of nobody, man. Like you. That was a whole delusional soliloquy of bull.
Yeah, look. All right, so let me give some context real quick. All right. That young man, I don't know his name directly, but he has a podcast and he has a YouTube channel and Facebook page and all that kind of stuff. It's called Dear Future Wifey, okay? And all his perspectives are from a Christian and biblical perspective.
Okay.
And so when he's talking about the being able to pull things out of her, he's really trying to speak from a spiritual perspective when it comes to that, about her character, basically. So just to give the context, that's what he's referring to. All right. Again, this is a man that go to church, he love God, he say blah, 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 all that. And so I just want to give context to the video. That's what his perspective was in totality about the fact that he would pull things out of her from a spiritual and character-based perspective, opposed to like a worldly carnal perspective, if you will. So just to give it context. No,
that is awesome. Still cap. But that's very good.
Exactly.
Very good. I mean, you can't. You can't cultivate anything out of a person without them being willing to be cultivated. Like you can't be 100% sure of how you present yourself to a certain person, and you provide certain things that they may never have seen or never been around, and just think that is going to change their perception on how they should be living their lives and doing these things. And just because it's new, if anything, the fact that it's new is going to be scary to them, and it's going to make them question you, because like, you're trying to change me. You can't change a person. I don't care what type of approach or what type of philosophy you have in trying to make a person their better selves. It don't work if they don't want to do it. And then if they don't know of such change, they're not going to immediately change or change at all. That's just my opinion, because I've seen it. I was just talking to Jay last night about how people evolve, and people can't. People aren't willing to match up to where you are. So if you're trying, and me and Jay were talking about, without us saying, that we're trying to meet, the people who we maybe have outgrown or whatever. We weren't talking about trying. We were just talking about us as ourselves evolving. This man is talking about him actually putting forth an effort to cultivate someone and get them out of that state of mind that they were in. You cannot do that. You can't do that. And I don't think your effort would not be appreciated all the time. Your effort will not have an effect all the time. You can try all you want. You can do these things. You can have that energy. You can have that type of approach and philosophy to things, but it's not going to work all the time, because everybody is not willing to evolve. Everybody is not willing to grow. Everybody's not willing to come out of where they were. So, like I said, I know we don't already get Kappa Key, but that was, I understand what he's saying, and Busy, I appreciate you giving the insight as to where it was coming from. But I'm just reacting to what was said and what I think. So I just don't think anybody can do that.
It's so, man, it's so boisterous, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just reeking vanity, man, to me. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's, I tell like I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. So you, out of all people, have the ability to change somebody that's been stuck in her ways the longest she has. You have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Based on what you know and what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm assuming, I'm attaching that because based on what Tay said. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's very boisterous, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get that people can, have a different impact on people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But come on, dog. Like, I feel like I'm a very different individual myself. You know what I'm saying? I've heard it a lot. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a little outside of the box, people told me. But I'm about to change people's lives, bro. Like, once they meet me.
I ain't in that business.
Once they meet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't out here saying, so it's the boastful act of that to me that's killing me with that. Like, I would be able to do that. I don't care what she done. Like, she ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't get with that. You know what I mean? Like, on top of what Rollo said, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense from a surface level. Like, you ain't about to change nobody. But then you think you can change somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's you out of all people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Like, I'm not feeling that on that level. Like, that's just killing me. You know?
Listen,
and then one more thing.
It's okay.
The audience killed me too. And what are you applauding about? Like, just because he's saying, see, I see this a lot, man. I see people push narrative a lot, and that's all I'm gonna say, like, that way. see people push narrative a lot, man, and different type of occupations and situations. People be selling the idea. You know what I'm saying? Some people get paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? They be selling the idea. So, oh man, the way you said it was so. Is it true or not? You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Is it true or not? Are they basing that on fact? Can they prove that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how eloquent somebody sounds, or you know what I'm saying, how much accent they have on the, you know what I'm saying, on the preacher pulpit type of vernacular he got. I don't care. Like, is it true or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't true, then why I gotta believe it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A girl can be on a flirty voice all she wants to, sound sexy than a mug, and say the sky's green. That's false. You sound great, but it's false. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not buying it. I'm supposed to buy it because it's you, because you put out the image that you put out. That's why. That's me, though. I just threw it completely out the water when he sounded so boastful to me, though. You know what I mean? People ain't humble no more, bro.
That's a good point, bro. Just boastful, and in an attempt to persuade. Being boastful in an attempt to persuade is diabolical as well. I'm using that word a lot today. I'm on one. Go ahead, Busy.
I think the young man had a point.
Here we go. Which one is it? Who is it today?
He came with a little bit of confidence, and he gave her an offer that she couldn't refuse.
Who is it today?
I think he sounds like a man that knows what he's talking about, eh? He told you he knows how to extract things out of certain young ladies. That's that gabagool right there, huh? Forget about it. Listen to me very carefully, okay? That man is the biggest fool I ever met inside of Brooklyn, all right?
Crazy work.
He talks like a madman that don't understand life. The pursuit of happiness. That's the reason why we're here. Huh?
Yeah.
He has a brain of bricks. I don't understand what he means. 25, 35 partners and you extracting things? Forget about it. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you're extracting anything, my friend. I think you're being extracted. Hey, man, bring the fresh moots. We got a fool over here. Eh?
This is awesome.
No, on the real, though. On the real.
Those that don't know, KB does do comedy on the side.
right.
On the real, this dude is foolish. And see, let me tell you something, man. I know these guys, man. These the same churchy dudes that I be talking about.
Yeah.
There's an aspect of church that people like, the churchiness. I'm not talking about godliness. That's
different.
We're not talking about that. That's the invisible. That's the superiority of church, churchy, like black church, right? Specifically, the churchiness is like, because I am a guy that moves a certain way in an atmosphere that respects this move, I could do that with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And my impact is going to be greater than a guy that's off the street impact is. When that's not necessarily true. Then he's saying that I can do it. He said, like, I can extract things out of her and I can pull things out of her that no man has ever been able to do. What does that even mean? Okay, so how are you going to do this exactly? What strategy, what strategic plan do you have to be able to change this woman's perspective after she done had 25, his words, 25 to 35 partners that he don't even care about? So he just able to pull her out of all of that, and he's able to clean it up, and he's able to do all of the things necessary to bring out the best in her or something like that. Are you outside of your mind? You're not God, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not God, bro. And that's what Jay talking about. I agree with. it had a vanity vexation type of thing going on with it. It didn't have any type of actual common sense, bro. Like common sense would tell you that the best thing you could do for a woman like that you're saying you're not intimidated by, the best thing for you to do is to watch her first. Observe. Be observant about this stuff before you just start doing things. You putting the cart before the horse, and you wonder why you're stuck because you keep doing stuff. You're in the way, actually. He talking about, and then the way he presented it, like, because I'll be able to get things out of her that no man could ever do. Oh my God! Then my man said, "Oh, you preaching now?" No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not preaching. Yeah. He is trying to present himself to be something that he isn't.
Right.
It's all cap. There is nowhere in the world you doing it. She done had 25 to 35 brand spanking new experiences before you, sir. Points. And 30 pound, 50 pound, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal,
25, 35,
35 partners. The White Howard, Kenny, Ernie, Chris McGrady, 40 pound, 50 pound, Kobe Bryant. Like, you're not that guy, bro.
Not that guy, bro.
You're not him. You're not him. You're a churchy dude. You're not him. Yeah. You see, I've been around churchy dudes. They all have the same vernacular and behavior traits. Like they all carry themselves with a certain type of arrogance that you be like, okay, you ain't been through nothing for real. You ain't been through nothing. You haven't even risked making a mistake in your life. If you think that you can extract all these goody things out this woman after she done let you know she for these streets. Well, I'm not intimidated by that. That's not making you a man, sir, just because you're not intimidated by that. You should be concerned. Chlamydia. You should be concerned, sir.
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia. You know what I'm saying? You should be concerned, sir. Every time you go on a date with her, you should dress yourself with a hefty bag. So you should be concerned and protect yourself at all times, like a boxer, like Floyd Money Mayweather. Protect yourself at all times, dog. But no, he want to be arrogant and act like he could do all these supernatural things on his own volition. I don't think so. I do not think so. Oh, nigga, are you crazy? Are you insane, sir? Like, seriously, this dude is absolutely outside of his mind. And so they present themselves to be something that they're not, so that way they can look like and have an image of something and have a certain level of respect from a broad audience. So these are all people, as long as your chat and your comment, like you own it, sir. As long as you get these amens and all these confirmations, you think you telling the truth. You were lying, bro, because you haven't even done it before, because you by yourself.
Hey, Tay, man.
Podcast is dear future wifey. That means presently you ain't got one, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't doing nothing.
Hey, Tay, that's a great point, bro. And even great point, bro. And I wanna ask you something, because I just thought of as you were speaking.
Okay.
When I met you over 10 years ago, you were still heavy in the church. So I want to know, when you figured out these type of men in the church with that arrogant type of mindset to feel that they can just change the world, like you said, our God. What did it cause you to feel differently about the church? Did it cause you to feel differently about yourself? Like, what when you realize that there are men like that in the church? Like, what was your mindset?
What was the reaction?
When I realized it, I was about 19 years old when I met Park Stewart.
Okay.
That's when I started really asking questions, because stuff wasn't making sense based on what I was reading in the Bible. Like, something ain't adding up. Something ain't right. Like, we're doing stuff that it has nothing to do with God at all. So I started reading more, studying more. You know what I'm saying? And I started to study in a way that was different from just reading and studying, just reading to recite. Like, some people read to quote, but they don't read to understand what it says in the Bible, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So going to church, and I'm specifically talking about the black church as we know it. Okay, that foot stomping, hand clapping, tongue talking, shouting, dancing church. All right, that we love to be a part of. Walk out that boy, don't know what the pastor talked about. Can't even remember what the scripture was that he pulled from to come up with his sermon. I'm talking about that church. It made me read more, study more. Study more means actually meditate more on it and getting understanding. And then also going back to going back to certain people that I knew, like a Tracy Stevenson, certain people that I knew that were well, like surgical when it came to that boy. You know what I'm saying? Even certain things, I'm gonna just say this, even certain things that me and JB talked about when I was younger too. You know, we had conversations about things. I'm like, he's making a valid point. Let me go back. Let me go for myself. Let me go searching for myself. And then when I'm searching for myself, I'm like, oh, we doing everything wrong. Nearly. Like 90% of this is incorrect. Let me ask you a question, dog. When the last time you been to a church? And I'm talking to you, Rollo. Me and you having a conversation right now. Jay, give me a second. I got you. Because Jay already said he didn't grow up in church, so he probably didn't see this. When the last time you went to a church, dog, where you saw a baptismal pool?
A minute.
Exactly. When the last time you went to a church where a pastor or a preacher or anybody said, does anybody want to be baptized?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to be saved today?
Nah, yeah.
Does anybody want to change their life? Does anybody want to? When the last time you heard an invitation like that? It's been years. You can go to all these online churches, all that kind of stuff. Look at how they set up. They set up all the same. You see what I'm saying? So when you grow up in it, like how I did when I'm talking about from a little boy, and I was a drummer too. So I played for different churches all over Detroit. Every Sunday. I played for different churches for over a decade. I was playing in different churches all the time. I had 2 organ players that I played for, and they was in all kind of churches. Okay, I've seen this in a lot. They all have the same thing because it's a learned behavior. It's learned, and it's not from a biblical standpoint. It's from a man-made perspective, dog, that has nothing to do with God. So that's why you can hear a guy like this dude on the video talking about he could take a woman that had 25, 35 partners and it don't intimidate him because I could do things that the other men can't do. And all he talking about is spiritual stuff. All he talking about is the character stuff. Or I can make her be submissive, or I can make her this. No, you can't. You can't get something out of somebody that's not in there. You can't withdraw money from an empty account.
There was no money in there. Yep.
You can't draw from an empty account, bro.
Yep.
You have to draw from an account that's full, that has amount that you need. So this is why this video is important, because there are some guys who might think this, and they try to come off as if they are the Jedi, you know what I'm saying, the oracle of women that are promiscuous. Like, bro, what you gonna do with 25, 35 different Tyrones that done been up in her? You know how much gaining them Tyrones got? You can't compete. You can't. You sit on the bench. You can't be no starter. You the 12th man. You ain't the 6th man, dog. You can't come in. You can't do this. This is not your lane. See, because that's a carnal mindset that he's coming from. But it sounds like it's spiritual. It sounds good, but it's really carnal and insufficient. Because
that's why they was eating it up.
Right, because if you were able to do this for real in real time, you wouldn't have a podcast called Dear Future Wifey. You'll have a podcast called My Wife and I. And you'll be podcasting from a couple being one perspective, instead of you trying to figure everything out all the time. You're trying to figure out so much stuff. You've been told the truth thousands of times. You just won't listen because you're too arrogant to admit that you ain't him. Right. Now, since you want to put God in it, now God got to slap you upside your head with something to make you understand that you ain't him. Stop trying to be something that you're not. If you're gonna be real about it, be real about it. If you're not, then you're not.
Yeah.
But don't be coming up like that. And that's why when I was at that age, at my old church was very simple. After the former pastor died, his son took over. He was the pastor from like 96 to now. And that certain things that was going on there made me have questions, but I didn't say anything at the time because I didn't know who I could trust to talk to until I met Park Stewart. Because he had spiritual insight and he had a common sense wisdom that I was seeking for, but I didn't know how to get. I had to seek it. And I found him and God placed him in my life. And all of a sudden he just opened up my mind, not telling me what to do, but helping me learn how to think.
Yeah.
Helping me learn how to learn. There's certain ways.
Shape your mind for your own evolution. Yeah.
And doing it from a masculine perspective as well.
Yeah.
And then now I'm 42 years old. From 19 years old to 42 years old, I have gained some of my own wisdom, my own perspective, certain things that come to me. And so when I hear certain things like bozos like this guy, I'm like, he capping so hard. Like, man, you is not him, cuz. I done seen some hymns. You ain't him.
I done seen the ones.
I done seen them all. You ain't hymns, dog.
Great point. Hey, appreciate that, Busy. Yeah, like I I thought that was relevant because you like I said, when I met you, you was really, deep into the church, and all three of us had, conversations about spirituality, but it doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you seem more what's the word I'm looking for? Spiritual or
because you go to church, like
or one with all, because you have this mindset and you have this teaching that you're taking, but like my man on that video seemed like he's placing it he's putting it in the wrong place. Like Jay said, it's coming from like that boastful energy that is not of God, in my opinion.
You hit it right on the nose.
You know what I mean? So great points, man. Shout out to MALEROOM Reacts, man. That was dope.
Great.
That was dope. Busy. I got a Rollo's rundown, man. Let's get it.
Let's go.
I want to talk to y'all a little bit for a minute about discomfort. And what I mean by discomfort is when things come into your life that put you in an odd place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the case is. How it affects you and what steps do you take during that uncomfortable season. We are human. I know the first reaction is it can upset you, it can worry you, it can prevent you from moving forward and keeping the mindset you need to take care of your responsibilities and do what you got to do. But I want you guys to try to think of where that energy that you're putting into the worry and the perhaps the worry and the anxiety, I want you to wonder what you can do if you put that energy towards what you can control to make yourself get through this uncomfortable season. Are you going to place that energy and focusing on your responsibilities? Are you going to place that energy and focusing on what do I have to continue to do so I can evolve through this uncomfortable season and what this uncomfortable season means? I've had a lot of conversations with friends, family, co-workers, because I've had an uncomfortable season in certain things over these last couple of months. And I've been blessed to talk to some people. And one person I talked to in particular, I was at work. We both, we're both spiritual people, you know what I'm saying? She asked me, what is God telling you? What is God trying to teach you in this moment? And when you're upset and you're like, you don't understand what's going on, you don't think about the lesson. You just don't think about it. So I want y'all to think about all that energy you're placing on the anxiety and the worry, place it where you get the lesson and you get the next step and you get what you can gain from this, because it's not going to be the first uncomfortable season. So use this one as the tutelage you need to get through it, and put your best foot forward, put your best self forward in that time, man. You know, let's do it. Let's do it, man. That's Rollo's Rundown, bro. Shout out to the show today, man. Shout out to the show. Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to my brother. I think we have I think we got a Q&A question we got to get to real quick. Busy, where's that at?
Hold on, I got you. Give me 1 second, dog. So this question came from Gerard Hickman. It's a light question, man. Talking about, I have a question for you guys. Who do you guys think will win? 100 men versus 1 gorilla?
This has been going around. When somebody first asked me this, I said the gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
I said the gorilla because it's that strength. And you know, gorillas, they unconscious. You know, they're not thinking about how many people are in front of them. They about to bulldoze through everybody. Like they got the gorilla mindset. Y'all heard that? Like they don't care. They're going to bulldoze through everybody. But it's a mindset. You know what I mean? So I got to give it to the gorilla. Now, I think it's metaphoric for maybe how people should approach things. But I said the gorilla.
What do you think, Jay? You on mute?
Yeah, you're on mute, Jay.
Sorry. My bit. It's a mind over matter question for me, though. Basically, you know what I'm saying? It's testing how people think. You know what I'm saying? Would you take the strength over the intelligence? You know what I'm saying? Or would you take the minor of the masses? So it's one of those questions. It says a lot about the person that picks it. I picked 100 men. Mm-hmm. Only if they work together, though. You know what I'm saying? If everybody come and try to over trying to size up the gorilla, it's not gonna work. You're gonna run through everybody like a football field. But if they worked in tandem, because they are smarter, you know what I'm saying? If they worked in tandem or in group, then 100 men will work.
Yeah, I think 100 men too. But the first 15 or 20 of them dudes, they gonna get messed up.
They're really knocking them down.
Oh, they dead now. They out of there, boy. They gone.
They about to get that nasty word from the gorilla, right? So the rest of the 80 got to step it up.
Draw straws. They got to draw straws to see who that first line gonna be.
Exactly, dog.
It's like Squid Games. They got to figure it out first before they roll out there. You know what I'm saying?
The first 15 dudes about to be up. They're gonna be like these, dog. They're gonna be like, they're gonna be like,
I'm out of there, bro.
So the rest of them, they're gonna have to step it up. But yeah, I think the intelligence. I think the intelligence will override the nature of the gorilla. A lot of gorilla, and one of the natures of a gorilla is to definitely protect his territories. They're very territorial creatures, for sure. So like the way you would be able to win against a gorilla is by submitting to their territory. A lot of times you got to be still, sit down, wait, be patient, all this kind of stuff. But if you just come at him at one time, like 100 dudes is rushing at it, it's gonna be different. He's gonna be calling on Caesar.
Intelligence a man.
He's gonna be calling on all the other one. What's the other dude name? Koba. Human work. Human work. Yeah, Koba. Oh, that was my dog. Anyway, Koba was there was a couple of comments. Lee, shout out to Lee. Said yes. Redirect your energy. Was feeling your Rollo's rundown, and of course, Chill was on Rollo's rundown. So that's what's up, dog. That is what's up.
Man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody, man, today. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out to our moderators for holding us down, man. And shout out to everybody that viewed the live in general, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. Mailroom Show, episode 10. Make sure y'all hit us up on all of our social media platforms. Y'all know what it is. Facebook, Instagram, everything is at the Mailroom Network. Hit us up. send us an email, holler at your boys. If you got something you want us to talk about in one of our segments, you got a topic that you want us to hit on right here on the show, man, make sure you holler at us right down there, the mailroom313@yahoo.com. And of course, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Mailroom Network on YouTube, man. I love and appreciate y'all, man. This was a great show, man. I love the energy, man. Fellas, what y'all got for the people?
Hey, sometimes we gotta have fun though. You know what I'm saying? We always want to get the lesson out or whatnot, man. But sometimes when we was in the meeting for this show, we were like, yeah, let's do that. That's wild. And so it was one of those shows that we just want to get back on the humor and just be like, hey man, sometimes we just gotta look at some things that's even we be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was a fun one for me. So hope y'all enjoyed it.
It was dope.
Yeah, definitely fun show. I appreciate the love from everybody as always, man. It's always love around here, cuz. Just love around here. I just want to plug something real quick, cuz. If I can, real quick. Can I plug something real quick, cuz? Yo,
go ahead, plug something, cuz. Go ahead and plug something, cuz.
Give me like 5 seconds, cuz, real quick. Like, okay.
Come on, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Blitzky, cuz. We got a podcast, cuz. We got a podcast, cuz.
We on Spotify.
On Spotify. We on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and we just dropped the episode like last week, I think. But we dropped the episode called "Why Do Men Stay in Unhappy Marriages?"
Yeah.
All right. We got a nice episode. It's like about 35-45 minutes. So if you working out, if you you got a job that you just don't, you just want to listen to things while you work, all that kind of stuff. Whistle while you work, man. Listen to the Mailroom Show podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio,
and
okay. The Reverend Jesse Jackson, on Spotify, iHeartRadio. Tune in to the Mailroom Show podcast on Spotify. Podcast. Rainbow Coalition.
And they got video.
Cookie Monster. Okay. On video.
They got video.
Man. And we got video, dog. We got video, man.
We got video.
So yeah, that's definitely what's up. But make sure you tune in to the Mailroom Show podcast, dog.
Make sure y'all tune into the Mailroom Show podcast, iHeart and Spotify. Hey, we will not see y'all next week, man. Have a beautiful and blessed Mother's Day. Enjoy the woman that brought you into this world. Do something nice for her. Do something special. I know without my mama, I would be absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna make sure I kick it with my moms and do it big. We love and appreciate y'all. We will holler at y'all the week after next, right here on the Mailroom Show, man. We love y'all. We out. Peace.
Come on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We